Welcome back to Taylor by Nature, where I discuss topics pertaining to nature, our true nurturer. Today's discussion is in reference to Zechariah 2, verse 8, which reads, "For thus says the Lord of hosts, He sent me after glory to the nation which plundered you, for he who touches you touches the apple of his eye." Interestingly, in this modern comprehension, this verse is described as anyone who harms or attacks a person or group God cherish is essentially harming God directly, as that person or group is as precious to God as the pupil of his eye. This is a very intriguing explanation that actually lacks logic, to be honest. To delineate this concept, we have to return our hearts and mind to the language of our ancestors that was nature dependent, meaning it creates images of itself by mirroring function in nature, an Adamic or Shemitic mindset where things are expressed in their true form and function. Now that we have established a foundation, let's construct a framework with the sound word apple by saying each syllable within the word, which is expressed as a-pah-pah-la. For us Semitic people and the way our ancestors' language functioned due to its nature dependency, if something sounds the same or look the same, it is related. In this case, the only word that has the same sound root and sound value as apple when spoken with all its syllables is pupil with the same consonant. Not surprising, the word apple was once used euphemistically for pupil by English speakers in the past. Pupil and apple are consonantal homograph, meaning this is how our green language work. But we must first accept that everything of the earth is connected, and once we accept this essential law of nature, we will know what question to ask in order for us to proceed on the path of knowledge instead on the path of ignorance. One such question we should be asking is, what is a-pah-pah-la? A-pah-pah-la, which is pupil of the eye, pronounced pupilla in English. Do not allow the vowels to throw you off because the consonant form the root and are the most important, just like a tree. The root is the most important. Another question we should be asking, what do our pupils do? They allow light to enter our eyes. The amount of light that is allowed to enter our pupil is controlled by the iris. In terms of function, we know that the pupil is the center of our eye, which places it at the point of origin. Consider this: the point of origin is also called a pole. The word pole has the same consonant root as pah-la. However, if you are interested in learning more, take a look at Cartesian coordinate space, superior colliculus, and Euclidean spaces. Also, the internet search point of origin is the center. The Euclidean space is described as a point of origin where the axis of a system intersect, and the anatomy of our eyes show that our pupil is at this point. Also, is it not written in our scriptures that we are the light of the world? To no surprise, the suffix of a-pah-pah-la is Allah, which, if you search in your Hebrew or Aramaic language concordance, you will see the word light means Allah, which is to ascend, to go up, to exalt, to go up before the Most High, to excel, to be superior to. So the Most High identify us as the pupil, the light, the point of origin. Another question to ask is what is the color of the pupil? It's surely not white. You see, not only are we the a-pah-pah-la of the eye, the center, the point of origin, but we are also the angiosperm, which now begs another question as to how much do we know about plant. For example, the word graph in our language means plant thief. And stating that if you remember or know the true story of Adam and Eve, you will recognize that the watcher angel in the garden grafted its seed line into our gene pool without authorization by impregnating so-called Eve. This is anglicized in the story of Adam and Eve eating, aka fornicating with the forbidden tree. So not only are we the center, but the point of genetic origin as far as humanity goes. We are also the pupilla or the angiosperm, and the Most High is identifying us as a genus or genus, a unique genetic genus that is also the point of origin as far as creation of people is concerned. Most amazing is that when viewed up close, our pupil and iris look exactly like a flower with its surrounding petals. In our language, one way or one of the way to say first is a-pah-pah-la, which is why the foreign scribe choose the word apple and use that word in the verse, which, by the way, is an excellent way to hide information from anyone who does not speak our language because they would not know how to make heads or tail of an apple connection to species origin. Another word that is a synonym of our word a-pah-pah-la is resprout or resprouter. It's worth noting that resprouter are plant species that are able to survive fire by activating a dormant vegetative bud to reproduce regrowth. So just as the three Hebrew boys who survived the fiery furnace, meaning we the remnants survived the fallen watcher angel attempt to destroy us genetically, which has failed. To no surprise, the Most High designed us in such a way that our first parent original DNA had backup copies of the original code tucked safely away, awaiting the moment to resprout, which we are the sprout and the apple of his eye.